It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
20 miles west of downtown Dallas, one of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams that love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together.
It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Cowboys coming out. As usual, it's Dak Prescott leading the way. Led the NFL in touchdown passes, Greg, a season ago. Already his 9th year at the helm for the Cowboys.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Play fake. Prescott. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. First down, Cowboys.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Prescott again. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles led out by their quarterback, and he is the leader of this offense. Jalen Hurts has that calm demeanor about him, can make the big plays as well. Greg, here he is already in his 5th year in the NFL.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice, Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. That's on the former All-Pro Lane Johnson. On the ground, Gainwell. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Cowboys offense and veteran Ezekiel Elliott making their way back out. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Prescott on first down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
The Cowboys offense headed back to take over once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On second down, here comes Zeke. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Back to throw is Prescott. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. An injured player down there, and that's the man they can't afford to lose. It is indeed Dak Prescott. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This one from 39 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. You have a tight end motioning left here. Now Gainwell. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. 1st and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. On the ground, it's Elliott. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line. Now a 3rd and 2. Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. That's complete. Peyton Hendershot. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
2nd down, Prescott. That's complete to Elliott. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
To the air again, Prescott. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was looking for Elliott out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. James Bradbury right there gets a hand on it to break it up. Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And now 3rd and goal coming up. Throwing is Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he'll get this only down to the 6-yard line. So for the moment, the defense with the stop as we get to 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys will open up a 9-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. A run with Gainwell. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Here's Gainwell. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Throwing is Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that 1st down play. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Trayvon Diggs in on the tackle. An injured player on the field, and that is Micah Parsons, who needs some medical attention. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw is Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Going to start this on the ground with Elliott. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Play action now. Prescott. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement. Nice big pickup.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, here's Dak. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. It's been a game of field goals so far. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Taking off. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no...
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Dallas. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt, saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do. And we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. Before we get to this next drive, I want to take a look ahead what's coming up in prime time starting tonight. Sunday Night Football, 2 of the biggest surprises from last year in the NFL. Lions and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then on Monday night, it'll be the Dolphins and Rams in Southern California. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. And in motion is Brown. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Hurts again. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Hurts will try it again. That one is caught by Campbell. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Again, Hurts. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6. They put Campbell in motion. On third down, here's Hurts. Oh, a loose football. The Cowboys have it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
The Cowboys offense and veteran Brandon Cooks getting set for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. That catch number 40 on the season for him. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Complete to Ryan Flanoy.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Prescott gonna make the read and keep it himself. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
By Keith Bradbury. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 21-yard
From the
line.
shotgun, it's Dak. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 60.
They'll run Zeke up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Prescott. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now he takes off. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Hurts. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. 3rd down coming up.
5 yards to go.
To throw, Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
To the air again, Hurts. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's 1st and 10.
And an Eagle first down.
They put Campbell in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
First down, Eagles.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This, about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board now here in this 2nd quarter.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run, and it's Elliott. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
We'll toss here to Zeke. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold him to a gain of 2. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From out of the gun, it's a run with Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Again, here's Zeke. He brings it down to the 5-yard line, but now it is 3rd and goal.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Prescott. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Brandon Cooks.
He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Slot man in motion right. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground.
Kenneth Gainwell, the ball carrier.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. On the give, it's Elliott. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Hurts again. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where you see the final score there. Brian Robinson, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Caleb Williams, excellent in the victory as his guys up their record to 7-2 now on the year. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a touchdown run in the victory. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
The third quarter is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
First down, Philadelphia.
Now Gainwell hit. The ball's out. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Cowboys' 35-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First down, Eagles.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Man in motion is Smith. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. Third and short, and Hurts will throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles are back within 2 scores. And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Cavante Turpin on the return. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Up the sideline, past midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off. Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Second down, Prescott. And that'll be batted down. James Bradbury right there gets a hand on it to break it up. On third down, Prescott. That one downfield for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 33-yard line.
On the ground, Gainwell. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Hurts. Looking for Campbell. He's got it. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for an Eagles first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Hurts now. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, They look to the tight end. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Hand off here to Zeke.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll stick with Elliott. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
Brings up third down.
Now Elliott. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 38-yard line.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We'll try the left side here with Elliott. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Now a give to Zeke out of the gun. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and long.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. That one downfield for Cooks.
Intended for Brandon Cooks.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return is Rodgers. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He runs with it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
1st down, Philadelphia.
Man in motion is Smith. On 1st down, it's Hurts. That is caught. What a throw. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
The zone read concept down here near the goal line is a great play. We used to run it for years with Cam Newton with the Carolina Panthers. You're counting on the quarterback identifying who is the unblocked defensive end. If he bites on the running back, it's what they call a pull read, and he keeps it. If he plays soft, anticipating the quarterback, it's what they call a give read, and the back takes it in.
On the return, here's Turpin. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense and veteran Ezekiel Elliott making their way back out. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Going to start this on the ground with Elliott. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
On the play fake, Dak. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
That one downfield for Cooks. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brandon Cooks, touchdown Cowboys. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Gainwell. Room to run at the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They put Campbell in motion. A second down throw for Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Kendricks. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Cowboys offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Cooks going in motion. They look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Tyler Smith, guilty on that one. Here's Elliott. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. 2nd and 11. A run here right side with Elliott.
The handoff to Ezekiel Elliott. He was brought down by Sidney Brown. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Number 4, Dak Prescott on the keeper.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead.
The Eagles take over.
The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And just incredible field position for them following that interception. And you could bet, Mike, as this offense is taking the field, they're telling their defense, hey, nice job here, fellas, but don't bother taking those helmets off. Give us a couple plays, we punch this thing in, and we're going to get you guys right back out there.
The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. He pulls it in around the 5. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the 5-yard line.
On the ground, it's Elliott. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Prescott now. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Makes the score Cowboys 35, Eagles 20.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return is Rodgers. Whoa! And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
They put Campbell in motion. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be about a yard short of the first, getting it up to the 36. 3rd and a yard. On the zone read, it's a give to Shipley. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
Clearly, the play caller here is thinking that the defense is going to be completely zoned in on stopping the running back, thinking he can catch them off guard with the quarterback keep. The defense was prepared for both guys, and they now force 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down. Whistles look like the right side got an early jump there. Let's check the flag. From the pistol, it's Gainwell. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
This is to Goddard on the screen. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Now it's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. To the air again, Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Again, Hurts. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He'll throw on 4th down with Hurts. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Again, here's Zeke. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. On the give, it's Elliott. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And the Cowboys will have great field position right around midfield. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Brian Anger in punt formation for the Cowboys.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.